Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some more Esper mid-range. I've played this deck list a lot. I've liked the deck list for the most part. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say. The list is pretty fundamentally sound from what most Esper deck lists will look like, especially in the mid-range category. So we're just going to go ahead, hop right into the games, see how they go. We go second. Not like the worst hand. Obviously we have better cards on the play, but you can argue that about anything. But we get a fortress, we'll play it down, then we can play Darkslick and hold up mana. They play tap land, so let's do that for the make disappear. We're big Esper. Not scared. Let's just get this out of the way now. We'll let them have that value. They miss land drop. Great, I guess. Play the king. Exile their creature. Gonna be like super fast game one. No, they find land and they are Sultai. Okay. Okay. I see. Get the wedding announced, and then, as kids would say, let's start cooking. We got the 1/1. They've been missing lands, so I'm not like truly excited to just play this. Invasion, sure. Start here. Will they hit a land? They do not. Now we attack. We're gonna draw off wedding announcement, start getting a lot of value going. Find a Shieldred. They have no creatures. We have a Shieldred in our graveyard, so if they render inert or something, so this is going to draw them a card anyway. So let's just do this instead of having to discard a card. This way they draw a card, but they don't get to make me discard along with drawing a card. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to explain it. Let's attack again. Get all these in there. Secret Coast. I'm not sold that they're playing a lot of removal, so I'm just going to play a Shieldred. Just go for it. Here. Just present such a lethal board state that they have to deal with it. Person's name is Beans in my mouth. I feel like they changed their name when Up the Beanstalk was printed. Goes first. Our hand's pretty solid. We have basic planes and Darkslick. Oh, so we'll keep. They're an aggro deck. They'll be a little bit slower now that they mulliganed. Alright, so that's not an artifact. Go for the third, still live, but this makes me think of Hardened Scales. Gruul. Ah, yes. Patchwork Automaton. My favorite card. Patchwork will mess you up if you're not careful. So, I mean, realistically, we messed up by not keeping up this virtue here. It seems like they got nothing else. I'm just going to remove this. Should have played the planes to make sure we can make a 2/2 here. This can technically remove these eventually because they will get too big. But let's see. Rolling up virtue now. They get counters before that enters, because now they would get double. So we're pretty well lined up to do all the tricks, all the neat tricks of the trade. Our opponent's playing a lot cooler deck than us though. I like Patchwork Automaton. I think it's pretty neat. We can destroy Evil Disc if they put counters on it, which they could tap this to do so if they got nothing else. So let's play around that. If not, we're going to get hit for 3 and not be that upset about it. Alright. Sacrifice it, exile top 2. We'll let it move on. Alright, so now that they're tapped out, we move Patchwork Automaton just in case they somehow draw a protection spell. Yes. We'll pay the ward of 2. My boss would be so upset with me if he saw me killing a Patchwork. It's not even a joke. I wish it was. So go for the throat most likely isn't going to be live here. So we're gonna play Shieldred to try to gain some of this life back. Play Sir Ginger, but I don't have a way to deal with it. We won't control point. Just play the Sir Ginger from hand, not from. Okay. Sir Ginger from hand, I guess. Very Mastermind, Wedding Announcement. You're probably too slow. Be talking about here. There's two. Now we got some decisions on the horizon here. This has no way to get like trample, hexproof, and haste as long as the opponent controls Planewalker. Okay. Could be the cannon deck here, which sucks, but I mean, sure. They can activate only as a sorcery. That does say that, huh? But either way, they don't kill Rafine or Shieldred, which seems pretty hard. Which Stalker Frenzy can't kill either of these because Ward 1, not enough mana because it can be paid for 3. Or this here, I would assume I'm seeing a Witch Stalker Frenzy here. This attack, but I'm definitely attacking out because of the way Rafine and Shieldred will work together here. No matter what, should I hit? Sure. Autumn, your worth. Artifact deck. Kind of activating that now doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I could have played around with Stalker Frenzy now, but I'm not going to. But alright. Get Fortress, talk Newman, Deserted Beach, have Destroy Evil, or go for the throw up. Double Destroy Evil's pretty questionable. Sure. But maybe this can spike a Kamano. I swear everybody that has these sleeves is playing mono red. That's how it feels. There's a green, maybe it's more. Hey, I heard you're gonna be pretty good. Encampments, Destroy Evil is gonna find a lot of value. Huh? Nothing here. Oh. Alright. Could have been something like a royal treatment or something along those lines, but let's get a Rafine down. They don't have a white, but assume they do. They just haven't had a chance to play it yet. Maybe it was like a Deserted Beach, a slow land. Now they're gonna play it. Or they kept a 2-lander hoping they would draw a white source or a 3rd land. But I will skip ahead to when they start playing again. I think they're gonna start roping. Never mind, it just came back. They had a white source. What's the deal then, Chris? My opponent. Sure. Okay. What was the problem? Why did we play like that, you know? I'm attacking here. Yep, that seems pretty good. Let that go. A little bonky boo here. I can destroy this in multiple ways. Get you gone. Not giving them the chance to have that activated. This can copy target activated or triggered ability. It can't copy a spell, so we can kind of just chill here. See what they do. play something like a Calyx, I'd much rather remove it over the Weaver, but we do have removal for pretty much all of it here. It's a double attack. We remove one, potentially play a Wandering Emperor, hit out the other. They don't play a lot of things at instant speed. If they just attack like this, we'll play Emperor, make a 2/2 and block, and then maybe exile the other. Target with Audacity means we remove the visitor now. We don't want them to draw a card off Audacity. We don't really care about this 3/3 that much. Now we'll just Emperor exile it if that's the case. If they want to attack with it. Make it any bigger, we can just destroy it because its power and toughness is too high. But it's also just an enchantment creature. Maybe Chris just needs to like go to bed. Fine, Chris. I promise. While it's here, I'm just gonna exile it. Oh,
My
okay.
judgment is final.
Pretty companion, good draw. You have anything? Another white source? If they would have just played another ossification and then targeted Rafine, I would have laughed so hard. That'd have been the funniest thing. Would it have been?
Show them how we greet our enemies.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Virtue's really sick here. They could just remove this, then it all feels bad. I could play the king. Well, then that makes keeping Virtue even better, huh? I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna try to close. One time. Oh, he's a 5/8. But the reason Virtue I'm kind of wanting to play it here is because Lord Skitter is going to get so good. And this Calyx really can't allow them to do anything. I have a 5/8. They can attack my Emperor and remove it, I guess. But let's see. Have Calyx target itself. They don't use Weaver, but I would assume a double attack's coming. The Emperor out of play. Sure, we'll kill the important one. No Kami in the graveyard, so that's not something we have to worry about right now. We hit a land, which is pretty much useless. So we get to attack for free because the Virtue will untap it here. Discard Adhikar. Hit. Now we'll play the Lord Skitter. Actually, I'm gonna hold this land just for Rafine purposes. I guess we should have played Lord Skitter before combat. I wasn't really thinking about it that way. That big dumb. Alright, so this can go up to 6. I have a creature with 6/9 power. Alright. Well, maybe not the most exciting game I've ever played, but a game nevertheless. We're goes first, and we're just double tap land this, but our hand's really solid. I think we're supposed to try to keep this and hope we draw a land that connects these. Obviously, one of these will have to come down first, even if we do draw a land. We want to have untap land on turn 3 or 2. But let's see. What does our opponent do? They keep 7. Keep ours. Hey, Sir Ginger. Boros aggro. We play blue-white land now, and then we play Darkslick Shores next turn. Hold up counterspell, maybe go for the throat. Yes, guy. We hold up nothing. Sure. Around river. I still just play Darkslick Shores just in case we draw another fast land. We don't mind playing it here. Rafine's pretty weird for them to deal with, but why would they put it on the creature that is over there? I will never know, but all right, well, we pass. We might have to counter something. We might have to go for the third something in play. They take the turn to do that. Ah, that's tough. Could just kill the Thalia. Could kill this. But I think make disappearing this also makes sense. I don't like any of what's happening to me right now. But let's just get it out of the way. And this might just have to be Flame a Shielder and hope they don't have an answer. Taking 6, 7 here. I mean, here we go. Could be wrong, but I can't really do a whole lot about the current board state because Thalia is so good. You have a removal spell, and I mean, you could play Destroy Evil yourself. You could play Faithful Absence. They're all soldiers, right? So I'm dead. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. They went on to play. They played Thalia on 2. Our hand was too awkward, so we lose. Just hand's perfectly fine. Get the Rafine's Tower in play. Play Underground River. What on earth was that? On a red, you showed up and I got to be on the play? That's crazy. Genuinely, kind of surprised. I could just play this right away, but I think I want to hold up and go for the throat. They let off with Swiss Spear, which makes you think they have like monstrous rage, especially if they just attack here. Get in here, big dog. Ugh. Have any dragons to reveal? I feel like this card resolved 18 different things already. Alright. So, normally I'm on the path of playing Dennick here, but I think we just play Rafine. We're probably going to need to draw a card. Plus, it's a 1/4, so it's very awkward for them to deal with because of the ward as well. So, like, Lightning Strike here does 3, but they can't actually kill it. That's pay ward. They would have to play one of these. Reveal 2 dragons, 3 mana, do nothing. Sure. Let us combat then. I'll attack with this. Fine. I have to let Wedding Announcement go. Now that we have a 4th land drop, now I'm fuddled on what we do. Honestly, Kingdom Curse I think is my answer. Removal spell, or are you just double burning me? I mean, I guess I didn't play around this. My opponent's smarter and more handsome than I am. That's fine. What happens when you play late and you're just like, I want to overvalue all my cards. If I just discard anything, this play doesn't work. But it works because I'm dumb. Oh, destroy this. Get them their card back. But I mean, at the end of the day, it saved us 5 damage because they had to shoot it down to make that play. But so be it. 4 mana here. What do you have for me? Also really didn't want to get rid of the Wedding Announcement because I think I might need it to draw back into this. Make disappear is fantastic. Combat. Assume their hand's just full burn here. Yep. Attack first, make them interact, and then we play Dennick after, so Lightning Strike's less viable here. Plus we had to make disappear to counter a Lightning Strike if they can't do anything about it. Well, we'll definitely make disappear that. I'll take 1 damage, keep my 2/3 lifelinker, and not let them look at any cards. What is the play? 2nd land drop, which they did have access to. Conjure down, move to combat, hit for 2. We play Wedding Announcement. Now we have a Fairy Mastermind we can flash in. We put a Wedding Announcement up. Now we have kind of a temporary blocker. They're on the Flood train so far. Which, to be honest, don't really care. They can flood all they want. You do this. Sweet. Take my 4. Now I'll flash in the Mastermind. Got Talking Numa to get something back here. We double attack so we can draw a card. Sure what to get back. For the third's pretty sweet. Your draw. Mono, not necessarily the best draw for them. Yeah, so other than the slight punt we made, I mean, honestly, kind of a big punt. I wasn't really thinking that they would just use 5 spells to flip that when I very easily could have avoided it. So that's something to take into account. But the other thing you can do is you just don't panic about it. You just move on and you just continue to play and hope you can recover from a mistake you made, which we end up doing. They flooded a little, but you know. All right, talk about Esper. I don't really have a lot to say. This deck's been around forever, and it really hasn't changed a whole lot. It's just kind of the same fundamentally sound deck that it's going to be. I really saw it in best of 1, where we're trying to play less of the role variation and just be a little bit more all in on attacking down our opponent and getting in that way. The deck list I've played recently, not just referring on Esper here, but like I've been enjoying playing Sunfall because I've been matched up against so much Golgari. Yeah, sure, because I know how to speak English. Golgari. I've been matched up against it so often that I'm just kind of like, I want to have exile effects because Mosswood Dread Knight just kicks your teeth in. Because you just kill it and they're like, okay, sure, I'll cycle it, draw another card, replay a 3-2. And you're like, well, how do I deal with that? And Lord Skitter's not that good at that job, really. It's so much harder to time up than it is with like a Graveyard Trespasser or something along those lines. But other than that, I mean, the deck is solid. I played blue-black yesterday, and I honestly preferred that variation of just playing like this style of deck where I'm just way more interactive, and then I just kind of play my threats down and remove my opponent from the game that way. But here is what it is. I also think in best of 1 we're probably supposed to be on like 4 of these. I understand if you don't have the rares to craft them, but having Manlands or a Mirror somewhere along the line is probably just better than cycling these, because the amount of people that are playing things like Control that you need to just constantly be able to keep up pressure is definitely important. So other than that, I'm just going to end the video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch you later in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.